we're talking about culture, we're talking about your religious heritage, the background you're focusing on. You're trying to really balance this background that you've had and this new world, which I think is so admirable, honestly. I think it's going to open up the door to so many young people feeling like, I can live my values because I see them do it 100%. And I can still be in this world, which is amazing. So congrats for doing that.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that. You're really positively impacting people.
Yeah,
that seriously means a lot.
That's that's all our goal is to do that. So thank you.
And I think that's amazing that that's even your goal. Like, it's amazing to see how self-aware you are, but then at the same time, you're targeted by people sliding into your DMs. You're targeted by people bringing that energy your way. How do you feel about dealing with that when you're both seen as people that, people are targeting and wanting to date and wanting to be with and wanting to maybe not even date or be with, but just wanting to slide into your DMs? How are you dealing with that?
I've learned the balance of not sharing too much online, especially when it comes to being interested in someone possibly, right? And even when people slide into my DMs, like, I like to have more fun with it. I'm not too serious about it. And if I would not be talking about it. Like, that's how I am. So if I'm bringing something up about a guy messaging me or me messaging a guy, it's most likely not taken seriously because I'm willing to share it. And I don't care if it's necessarily ruined by the public's opinion, right? But when it comes to like really being serious about things, I choose not to be open about that in the public aspect, which like I've just learned also with being around other influencers that have done that. I've noticed the negative impact that it has on, which I'm sure maybe you guys have, possibly related it to, your relationships where when you share too much, you can read things and be like, oh, like they're saying this about us, like, is it true? But like, no, our relationship seems secure, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that makes me nervous, having that third outlook or opinion that I don't really need because they're not in the relationship with me, you know what I mean? So it's definitely a balance, a challenge that I've learned, especially being people that are representing a lot of Muslims. It's tough because there's a lot that we're doing wrong, right? We're not the perfect representation. And I say that all the time and I try to be better, right? But, and I want to be that role model to a lot of people, but also a lot of things that we could be doing can be seen as wrong. Living with guys is one, right? So
like the shirt we're wearing
should not be revealing. And it's
so hard.
Very difficult because we want to be that representation, but also we're not the perfect people to be. So it's still a learning process for the both of us.
That's why I think we're both trying to be very more open online, especially about like that we're not perfect Muslims. Because like for the longest time, like we would do something wrong and that would be the entire comment section about like,
I posted a video today of me waking up at 7 a.m. Going to the gym. The first comment I get is, oh, so happy you woke up and went to the gym, but maybe consider praying Fajr early in the morning while you're up to. And I'm like,
it's like, would you know if we did? Would you know if I did?
First of all, second of all, like I am allowing myself that judgment, which is tough.
Yeah, I think we're both, especially now, trying to. That's like one of the biggest challenges, besides us just like arguing all the time, is showing that balance of like our religion and making that public because, like we said, I mean, for the longest time, we tried to seem like we were perfect, which was our own fault. Like we tried to make us, and then you get to a point where you're doing it for so long that you're like, maybe I'm helping people more if I show that I'm not perfect so they don't feel as bad. Because for the longest time, like, a lot of the comments would be like so positive and so great. And then once we start showing like the real us, it's like, well, now some people are starting not to like us, but then we're also gaining a huge audience of people that can like really understand.
Totally.
And I think, I think it was so great. Like that we're even representing that side to us because growing up when we would watch all these YouTubers and TikTokers and these influencers or actors, like you didn't really see much representation of any of us. So it was kind of like, I want to be that for someone. And the fact that, we could be that for someone now was like our end goal. And like, we want to keep that growing because we always wanted that representation from someone, but we never got it. So it's like, I hope someone gets.
And when we did, we'd latch onto it.
Oh yeah, like to attach to that person.
I'm sure you guys know Lily Singh.
Yeah,
I grew up.
We watched her religiously.
Just because she was brown, and I was like, oh, like I can just understand her in aspects of like her showing her parents, right? And you love that, and you run with it, and you stick to it, and you like. I looked up to her for so long because I was like,
every daily vlog of
I'm not
hers
alone
for years,
and it's like. I'm just glad that people can now be like, oh, like my parents are like that too, or that's, how I am.
Yeah.
It's just great for that. I'm sure you guys are the same way, you know what I mean? And it's great that we're able to be that role model to people that, that need it.
Yeah.